Imagine yourself behind the wheel. The engine hums, the road stretches ahead, and with every turn of the steering wheel, life offers you a new lesson. Driving is one of those activities that seems ordinary, routine, even dull at times. But what if I told you that driving could be one of the greatest Stoic classrooms of all time? Every red light, every impatient horn, every reckless driver cutting you off. These are not just annoyances. They are tests of your mind, trials of your character, and opportunities to practice Stoicism in its purest form. If Marcus Aurelius lived today, if Epictetus had a license, if Seneca were on the highway, how would they drive? Would they curse under their breath, honk in rage, speed through yellow lights? Or would they approach the road as they approached life itself? With calmness, reason, and control over what is theirs, and indifference toward what is not. Consider the moment someone cuts you off. Your instinct, driven by ego and adrenaline, is to flare up. You grip the wheel tighter, your heart races, your mouth wants to spit out words you'd never say at a dinner table. But then, remember the Stoic lesson. Is this within my control? You cannot control the other driver's behavior. You cannot reach into their mind and rewire their impulsiveness. But you can control your own reaction. You can choose to breathe, to release the tension, to remind yourself. Their mistake is theirs, not yours. Epictetus taught that we suffer not from events, but from our judgment of them. On the road, this is magnified tenfold. Your suffering isn't from being cut off. It's from the story you tell yourself about it, that it was disrespect, a personal attack, a violation of your dignity. In truth, it's just a car merging in front of you, nothing more. The rest is in your head. Driving is the perfect metaphor for life. The road is unpredictable. You cannot control the traffic. You cannot command the weather. You cannot dictate the potholes, the detours, the sudden stops. But you can control your hands on the wheel, your foot on the brake, your eyes on the horizon. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control, what is up to us and what is not. On the road, this distinction is crystal clear. And yet, most of us fail the test daily. We curse the traffic jam, though no curse has ever cleared a lane. We slam the horn as if it were a magic wand that could bend reality to our will. We fume at delays, though our anger only deepens the delay inside our minds. A Stoic driver accepts the flow of the road just as they accept the flow of life. Now, don't mistake Stoicism for passivity. A Stoic doesn't just recline in their seat, hands off the wheel, waiting for fate to steer. No, a Stoic takes responsibility. They drive with awareness, with skill, with reason. They check their mirrors not once, but twice. They anticipate danger and prepare for it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. On the road, this is literal. One wrong move, one careless glance at your phone, one moment of rage, and you might not make it home. So, a Stoic driver doesn't text and drive. They don't drink and drive. They don't treat the road as a playground for their ego. They drive with the gravity of someone who knows life is fragile, fleeting, and always uncertain. And here's the funny part. Stoicism doesn't mean you never smile on the road. Sometimes, the absurdity of it all should make you laugh. The driver weaving between lanes, risking life and limb, only to end up stuck right beside you at the next red light. The honk from behind when the light turns green, as if 1 second of waiting is a cosmic tragedy. These are little plays of human folly, comedies unfolding on the asphalt stage. And if you can't laugh at them, then you've missed the lesson. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." On the road, you see this every day. People transform minor inconveniences into full-blown catastrophes inside their minds. A Stoic laughs gently, not with cruelty, but with the recognition of how silly our egos can be. But let's turn the mirror back on you. How do you drive? Are you the kind who blames every other car, who shouts at the slow lane, who treats the road as an arena to prove superiority? Or do you drive with calm intention, knowing that every trip is a chance to practice patience, awareness, humility? Think about it. Driving reveals your true character. When no one's watching, when you're boxed inside your car, when anonymity protects you, how do you act? Do you give in to impulses, or do you rise above them? Epictetus said that character is revealed not in grand gestures, but in the small, daily moments. And what's more daily, more universal than driving? Here's the powerful realization. If you can master yourself on the road, you can master yourself anywhere. If you can resist rage when someone cuts you off, you can resist anger when life cuts you off. If you can stay calm in traffic, you can stay calm in hardship. If you can laugh at delays, you can laugh at life's setbacks. Driving is not just about getting from point A to B. It's training. It's practice. It's the dojo of the Stoic warrior. Every morning commute is a battlefield where your enemy is not the other driver, but your own impulses. And before we go further, if you're finding these lessons resonate, if you feel like this way of looking at driving and life opens your eyes to something deeper, take a second to like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people, but more importantly, it keeps you connected to a growing community of modern Stoics who want to live with strength, clarity, and purpose. Now, back to the road. Picture this. You're stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Cars crawl like ants. You glance at the clock, late again. Anxiety creeps in. Your hands tighten, your chest feels heavy. Now stop. Ask yourself, is this in my control? No. The traffic moves as it will. But your breath, your thoughts, your response, that's yours. So you take a slow inhale, then exhale. You remind yourself that worry doesn't speed things up, it only slows down your mind. You shift your perspective. This delay is a gift, a moment to think, to reflect, to listen to a podcast that nourishes your mind, or simply to sit in silence, rare in today's noise. Suddenly, the traffic jam isn't a prison, it's a monastery. The Stoic turns frustration into opportunity, the unwanted into the essential. But let's talk about speed. Oh yes, the thrill of acceleration, the rush of passing cars. Our culture glorifies speed, fast lanes, instant results, quick fixes. But Stoicism teaches us to value steadiness over speed, consistency over flashes of frenzy. The fast driver may feel powerful, but often it's insecurity disguised as dominance. The Stoic driver knows when to accelerate, but also when to slow down. They know that life is not a race against strangers, but a journey of one's own. They're not trying to beat the car next to them, because the true victory is arriving alive, calm, and unshaken. Of course, there will be days when even the most Stoic driver falters. Maybe you snap at someone. Maybe you tailgate in anger. Maybe you curse when you shouldn't. Don't condemn yourself. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, when you wake up tomorrow, you will meet selfish, aggressive, arrogant, dishonest, jealous people. That includes drivers. And sometimes it includes you. The Stoic response is not self-hatred, but self-correction. You notice, you reflect, and you resolve to do better next time. Every drive is a chance to start again, to sharpen your practice. So, what does it mean to drive like a Stoic? It means patience in traffic, calm in chaos, awareness in distraction. It means respecting others, not because they always deserve it, but because you refuse to lower yourself. It means laughing at absurdity, forgiving mistakes, and keeping your eyes not only on the road ahead, but on the bigger road of life itself. Drive like a Stoic, and suddenly, every trip becomes a meditation, every mile a reminder, every arrival a victory not of distance, but of discipline. And here's the truth. When you step out of the car, the lessons don't stay behind on the asphalt. They travel with you. The calm you practice in traffic becomes the calm you bring to work. The patience you cultivate at red lights becomes the patience you show to loved ones. The discipline of safe driving becomes the discipline of living well. Driving is not separate from life. It is life, condensed, concentrated, reflected in a moving mirror. So tomorrow, when you grab your keys, don't just think about the destination. Think about the journey as training. Think about every driver as a teacher. Think about the road as your Stoic classroom. And when you return home, safe and calm, remember, you didn't just drive. You practiced philosophy. You mastered yourself, 1 mile at a time. If this video gave you a new way to see the road and life, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about, someone who needs these lessons as much as you. Drop a comment below with your own experiences, how you've tried to drive like a Stoic, or the struggles you've faced. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Together, we can build a community that doesn't just talk about philosophy, but lives it, on the road and beyond. Fortify your mind. Subscribe to the Inner Citadel.